Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Khadija from Bosundhara Din Medical College. So, dear student, how are you? I am going to discuss about female reproductive system, part 3. Today, we will going to discuss about the female monthly sexual cycles, menstrual cycle and their phases, and the hormones secreted from hormonal regulation, and also the functions of estrogen, progesterone. Now, first, what is female monthly sexual cycle or menstrual cycle? The normal reproductive years of the female are characterized by monthly rhythmical changes in the rate of secretion of the female hormones and the corresponding physiological changes in the ovaries and other sexual organs. This rhythmical pattern is called the female monthly sexual cycle, or less commonly called menstrual cycle. And what are the changes occurs in this cycle? Rate of secretion of female hormones, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone, gonadotropic hormones, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, female sex hormone, that is estrogens and progesterone, changes in the ovaries at ovarian cycle, changes in the uterus, uterine cycle, the menstrual cycle. The duration, what is the duration? It is about 28 days, and it ranges from 20 to 45 days. The most conspicuous feature is the periodic vaginal bleeding. Two significant results of the female sexual cycle are: only a single ovum is normally released from the ovaries in each month. So, only a single fetus will grow grow at a time. The uterine endometrium is prepared for the implantation of the fertilized ovum. So, now we will discuss the phases or stages of menstrual cycle. The stages are proliferative phase, secretory phase and menstrual phase. Now, what is proliferative phase and what are the changes? The stromal cells and the epithelial cells proliferate rapidly under the influence of estrogen, increase growth of the endometrial glands and new blood vessels. It lasts from the 5th to the 14th day of the sexual cycle until ovulation. At the beginning of each monthly cycle, there is only a thin layer of endometrial stroma remain in the uterus, but all the deep layers of the endometrium have sloughed during menstruation. Under the influence of estrogen, the stromal and epithelial cells proliferate rapidly. The endometrial glands and new blood vessels develop progressively in the endometrium. The endometrium increases greatly in thickness, 3 to 5 millimeter. The mucus secretion is increased in this phase. Secretory phase produces a highly secretory endometrium that contains large amount of stored nutrients to provide appropriate condition for implantation of the fertilized ovum. It starts after ovulation and continues until fertilization or menstruation, that is, it extends from 14 to 28 days. Now, the secretory phase. What are the changes occur in this phase? Under the influence of both progesterone and estrogen formed by the corpus luteum, the gland increases tortuosity, the secretory substances accumulates in the glandular epithelial cells, the lipid and glycogen deposits increase in the stromal cells, blood supply to the endometrium also increases, endometrium become highly vascularized and slightly edematous, and thickness also increases up to 5 to 6 millimeter. Now, we will discuss the menstrual phase. In this phase, vasospasm occurs, and that decreases the nutrition to the endometrium, and the loss of hormonal stimulation initiate that causes necrosis of the endometrium, and gradually the necrosed layer separated from the sides, and all superficial layers then desquamated. Mass of desquamated tissues, prostaglandins all together initiate uterine contraction that expels uterine content outside. So, this figure shows the hormonal influence on the endometrium. You can see the figures in upper figure that estrogen and progesterone level in proliferative phase. You can see estrogen level is high and progesterone level is not significantly rise, And in secretory phase, you can see that both estrogen progesterone act on endometrium, but progesterone level is higher, and that causes secretory activity of the endometrium. And on the other hand, you can see follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone level just before ovulation. LH hormone secretion rises, and that causes ovulation. This is the menstrual phase. In this phase, both hormone level is decreased. So, without the withdrawal, when the withdrawal of the estrogen progesterone occurs, that causes shedding of the two layers and causes menstruation. So, we will now know what is menstruation. The cyclic shedding of two endometrial layers with the discharge of blood, unfertilized ovum, and some other substances from the uterus through vagina in female reproductive life are at a regular interval is called menstruation. And what are the composition? The blood is about 30 to 80 ml, stroma compactum and spongiosum of the endometrium, mucus, unfledged ovum, fibrinolysin and glycogen. These are the components. Now, the mechanism of menstruation. At the end of the secretory phase, if fertilization does not take place, the corpus luteum involute and regresses, the progesterone estrogen secretion decreases. So, hormonal support of to the endometrium is withdrawal. So, involution of the endometrium starts, and then vasospasm and degeneration of the wall of the spiral arteries take place, and then menstruation occurs. Now, gonadotropic hormones and their effects on ovaries. We have already discussed this thing that gonadotropic hormone secreted from the antipituitary, that are follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. At the age of 9 to 12 age, the pituitary begins to secrete progressively more on follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, which leads to onset of normal menstrual cycles beginning between the age of 11 to 15th years. This period of changes is called puberty. The time of first menstrual cycle is called menarche. Now, we will discuss the ovarian hormones. We know that estrogen and this is the female sex hormone. So, estrogen that is estrogens are estriol or E3, beta estradiol E2 and estrone, that is E1. These all are the estrogens. They are secreted from the ovary granulosa cells and adrenal cortex and placenta. Progesterone is secreted from the ovaries, corpus luteum and placenta, and chemical nature is steroid. So, this is the figure. You can see that all the hormones derived from the cholesterol, this is 21 carbon, and the different types of chemical changes occur. Then after then formation of testosterone, it is 19 carbon. From testosterone, 17 beta estradiol or E2 is formed, and on the other hand, estrone E1 is also formed from the androstenedione, and from estrone estriol or E3 is formed, and from E2 E3 is also formed, and all these are 18 carbon. So, you can see cholesterol is 21 carbon, testosterone is 19 carbon, and on the other hand estradiol, that is 18 carbon. This figure also shows the ovarian hormone synthesis steps, and this is the figure. It also shows the layers of ovary from where the hormone estrogen progesterone synthesis occurs. You can see in the lower figure that theca internal cells and granulosa cells. Theca internal cell, cholesterol enters in theca internal cell. From here androstenedione is formed, and androstenedione is converted to estrone, and then estradiol is then enters into the circulation. From androstenedione it enters into the granular cells, and granular cell it is converted to estrone, and this enters into the follicular antrum. Now, the metabolism. There is only 2% of the circulating hormones are free, and estrogen is about 60% of estrogen is bound to the albumin and 38% bound to the globulin. In liver glucuronide sulfate conjugates occur, and it is excreted by the urine. And progesterone, it has short half life and 80% bound with the albumin, 18% bound to globulin, and also it is metabolized in the liver and excreted through the urine. Now we will discuss the functions of the female sex hormone, that is estrogen and progesterone. First function, estrogen promotes the proliferation and growth of the specific cells of sex organ and other tissues in the body that are responsible for the development of most sexual characteristics of female, and progesterone prepare the uterus for pregnancy and the breast for lactation. Now we will discuss detail of estrogen. Effect of estrogen, it is different types of function we know. These are the headings: effect on female genitalia, development and maintenance of secondary sexual characteristics. It has effect on breast, it has effect on skeleton, it also has effect on metabolism and fat deposition, and it also has effect on electrolyte balance. Now we will discuss the effect on sex organs. All female sex organs changes from those of child to those of an adult. Uterus, ovaries and fallopian tubes all increases in the sizes several times. Cyclical changes in the endometrium, ovary and others, and causes marked proliferation of the endometrial stroma and glands. And now what are the effect on a skeleton? It promotes uniting of the epiphysis with the shaft of the long bones, inhibit osteoclastic activity in the bones, and stimulates bone growth. And what is osteoporosis? Decreased bone matrix. It is characterized by decreased osteoblastic activity and increases osteoclastic activity. Now we will discuss more about the osteoporosis, why this occurs. Lack of estrogen after menopause lead to this type of changes, that means increase osteoclastic activity, decreased deposition of bone, calcium and phosphate, decreased bone matrix, weakening of the bone, and leads to bone fracture. Now we will discuss the effect on mammary gland. Initiates the growth of breast of the milk producing apparatus, maintain the characteristics growth and external appearance of the mature female breast, development of the stromal tissues of the breast, growth of an extensive ductal system, and deposition of fat. Now other functions we will discuss, that is estrogen have slightly increase in total bone protein deposition, but this is more or general in or powerful by the testosterone hormone that is secreted in male. Now estrogen also increases the whole body metabolism rate, that slightly but not only, about 1/3 caused by the testosterone. Estrogen increases the whole body metabolism rate slightly, but not like that of testosterone in case of male. They also causes increased quantities of fat deposition in the subcutaneous tissues and different areas, giving rise to characteristic female figure. Estrogen have little effect on hair distribution. Androgens formed in increased quantities by the female adrenal gland after puberty are mainly responsible for this. Estrogen causes the skin to develop a texture that is soft and usually smooth and more vascular. This is associated with the increased warmth of the skin and also promote greater bleeding and cut surface than in man. So this is the function of estrogen on skin. Now the function of progesterone we will discuss. What are the function? First, promote secretory changes in the uterine endometrium, thus prepare the uterus for implantation of the fertilized ovum, and promote increased secretion of the fallopian tubes for nutrition of the fertilized ovum. And lastly, it promotes development of the lobules and alveoli of the breast to become secretory in nature. Now we are going to discuss some terms. Now, what is puberty? The onset of adult sexual life that caused by the gonadotropic hormone, that is follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormones. It begins usually at the age of 8. And menarche, the beginning of the cycle of menstruation, it starts at the age of 11 to 16, average 13 years. Menopause, that is complete cessation of menstrual cycle at the age of 40 to 50 years of life. Before menopause, the sexual cycle becomes irregular, ovulation fails to occur, the female sex hormones diminishes to almost none. It causes burning out of it. Why it occurs? Because of burning out of ovaries, that means exhaustion of the primordial ovarian follicles. The physiological changes occurs are hot flashes characterized by extreme flushing of the skin, psychic sensation of dyspnea, irritability, fatigue, anxiety, decreased strength and calcification of bone, that is osteoporosis. Abnormalities in menstrual cycle are amenorrhea, that means absence of menstrual period. It is two types, primary and secondary. Primary if menstrual bleeding never occurs, and secondary means temporary cessation of cycle in women with previous normal menstrual cycle, example pregnancy. Menorrhagia, that means abnormal profuse bleeding during menstrual cycle, and dysmenorrhea means painful menstrual bleeding, and oligomenorrhea means scanty amount with a reduced frequency of menstrual bleeding, and polymenorrhea means excess amount with increased frequency of menstrual bleeding. So, student, that is all of my today's lecture. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. So, Allah Hafiz and thank you for today.